The Green Bay Packers have made a bold statement this past weekend by adding a staggering 17 rookies during the 2026 NFL Draft, including 6 crucial draft picks. The buzz surrounding the team is palpable, especially as we look ahead to a season filled with potential changes, from roster adjustments due to injuries to the tantalizing prospect of a significant free agent signing or trade. As fans, we must remain vigilant and engaged as the 90-man roster takes shape, ready to compete for those coveted spots on the 53-man roster come training camp. Now, as we dive into the depth chart projections for the upcoming offseason activities beginning May 26th, we can't help but focus on the key players shaping each position. At quarterback, Jordan Love has firmly established himself as the starter, with Desmond Ridder and rookie Kyron Drones in the backup mix. Ridder, a former third-round pick with 18 NFL starts under his belt, could be a crucial asset. The loss of Malik Willis to the Dolphins leaves a gap, but Ridder looks poised to step up. Drones brings intriguing athleticism, often compared to Willis, offering a glimpse of what might come. The question now is, will Ridder's experience translate into further growth, or will Drones surprise us all? Moving on to running back, Josh Jacobs is set to lead the charge, backed by Chris Brooks and a host of promising draft picks. It's curious that the Packers didn't draft another running back after losing Emmanuel Wilson to the Seahawks. But with Lloyd, Strong, and Martinez in the fold, we have a blend of potential waiting to break out. The spotlight, however, will be on Lloyd and his ability to stay healthy. As General Manager Gutekunst stated, we just got to get him out there and keep him healthy. If he can achieve that, he could be a significant contributor. The wide receiver room is another area of great interest. With Christian Watson, Jaden Reed, and Matthew Golden as the starters, the excitement is palpable. However, their health is paramount. Watson's torn ACL and Reed's collarbone injury have left fans wondering about their durability. The addition of Sky Moore from the 49ers adds depth, but we must ask ourselves, who will step up to fill the void left by Romeo Dew? Now with the Patriots? Competition for the 6th spot is fierce, and with elite size-speed rookies like Michael Sturdivant and Isaiah Nair in the mix, it's anyone's game. At tight end, Luke Musgrave looks to lead the pack, but the injury to Tucker Kraft raises concerns. The potential absence of Kraft opens doors for Musgrave and the rookies to shine. The tight end position can be a game-changer, and if Musgrave can return to his rookie form, we could see a significant impact on the offense. The offensive line is another critical component, and the starting 5 looks solid with Morgan, Banks, Ryan, Belton, and Tom. Coach LaFleur emphasizes the need for continuity, and with Gutekunst backing this group, the focus will be on building chemistry. Depth remains a concern, particularly with injuries and the release of Elgton Jenkins. The emergence of rookies like Yeager Burton could be vital as the season unfolds. On the defensive side, we turn our attention to the edge position, where Lukas Van Ness and Barron Sorrell are set to start. With Micah Parsons recovering from injury, the depth chart looks promising yet uncertain. The questions surrounding the readiness of Sorrell and the performance of Brenton Cox are crucial. If Parsons ends up on the physically unable to perform list, we'll need players to step up and fill the void. As we delve deeper into the trenches, the defensive line is anchored by veterans like Javon Hargrave and Nazir Stackhouse. The injury to Devontae Wyatt complicates matters, but the Packers have made strategic moves to bolster this area, including the addition of Chris McClellan. The nose tackle position is a battleground, and it'll be interesting to see who rises to the challenge. The linebacker core has seen a shakeup with Quay Walker departing for the Raiders. The acquisition of Zaire Franklin from the Colts indicates a shift in strategy, and this depth could serve us well this season. Jaron Cooper and Isaiah McDuffie will need to rise to the occasion to fill the gaps left by departed talent. In the secondary, the Packers have made some notable changes. Kayshawn Nixon and Carrington Valentine are set to start, while new additions like Benjamin St. just bring depth to the cornerback position. The release of Nate Hobbs was unexpected, but the rookie duo of Domani Jackson and Brandon Cisse will have their work cut out for them. Finally, the safety position remains a strength for the Packers, with Xavier McKinney and Evan Williams leading the charge. The depth here is reassuring, and the addition of rookie Kenyon 3 offers potential for growth. As we analyze this evolving roster, it's clear that the Packers are making bold moves to position themselves for success. Fans, weigh in with your thoughts. Where are you watching from? And how do you feel about the team's direction? The excitement is building, and with the offseason ahead, there are still plenty of questions waiting to be answered. Now, let's shift our focus to the next critical news item that will define our path forward.
As we wrap up this segment, let's dive into some intriguing prospects that could shape the future of the NFL, particularly as teams like the Green Bay Packers look towards the 2027 draft. The conversation is heating up, and it's time for us to analyze who could potentially don the green and gold in the years to come. So, where are you tuning in from today? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. With the 2026 draft now behind us, anticipation grows around the next wave of talent. The Arizona Cardinals, for instance, have found themselves in a precarious situation at quarterback with Jacoby Brissett as a placeholder. The buzz around Arch Manning, the much-talked-about nephew of Peyton and Eli, continues to swirl. While he hasn't yet hit his stride, there's a solid chance that the loaded Texas roster will help him elevate his game in 2026, making him a prime candidate to be the cornerstone for Arizona's future. Then there's the wide receiver position. You simply can't ignore Smith from Ohio State. He's been nothing short of sensational, racking up over 2,500 yards in his first 2 seasons. With Miami cleaning house in their receiving core, they're on the hunt for explosive talent to support Malik Willis. If they land Smith, it could ignite a much-needed spark in their offense. Switching gears to the quarterback landscape, Moore is a name to watch. Had he declared early in 2026, he would have been a first-round lock. With an impressive 3,500 passing yards in the previous season, he's positioned to go head-to-head with Manning for the top pick in 2027. The Jets, still searching for their franchise quarterback, will undoubtedly have their eyes on him. The Packers, while assessing their own future, should keep a close watch on these developments. A strong performance from Moore could shift the balance of power in the league, especially if the Jets are able to secure him. Meanwhile, let's not overlook the defensive side of things. Simmons has made a name for himself as an elite pass rusher, boasting 21 sacks over the last 2 seasons. He might not fit the mold for a conventional defensive end, but has all the traits necessary to become a game-wrecker at the next level. The Raiders, having bolstered their offense in this year's draft, could pivot to defense next year and make a play for a talent like Simmons. As teams like the Browns begin to assess their quarterback situation with Shedeur Sanders under a new coaching regime, they may also consider a pivot if he doesn't impress. The Packers will want to keep a close eye on any potential shifts in the quarterback carousel, especially if it could impact their own roster decisions. Stewart is another prospect making waves with 11 total sacks over 2 seasons, showcasing raw rushing ability that could blossom into something special. If he breaks out this year, he could find himself rising rapidly on draft boards. Looking at the secondary, Robinson has been waiting in the wings for his opportunity, recording 4 interceptions last season. If he can continue to improve, he could easily become an early first-round draft pick. The Packers, always on the lookout for defensive talent, should consider how these players could fit into their plans. And let's not forget about Coleman, the transfer from Auburn to Texas, who could emerge as Arch Manning's top target. With over 700 receiving yards last season, he has the potential to become a household name, especially if Manning reaches his anticipated potential. In the defensive trenches, Washington, at 6'3" and 330 pounds, is making waves. With his size and a solid performance last season, he could be the kind of player that a team like the Packers may want to add to their defensive front to bolster their run-stopping capabilities. As we analyze these prospects, it's important to consider how they might fit into Green Bay's long-term vision. The Packers have a rich history of drafting well and developing talent. Whether it's a quarterback, wide receiver, or defensive star, every decision moving forward will be pivotal in maintaining their competitive edge. The 49ers are also in a similar boat, eyeing potential replacements for aging stars like Trent Williams. The focus on offensive line depth is crucial as teams look to protect their quarterbacks, a lesson the Packers know all too well after years of managing injuries and depth issues in their own line. As we peer into the future of the NFL and the potential stars of the 2027 draft, fans should remain engaged and vocal. Who are you most excited about? Which positions do you think the Packers should focus on in the next draft? Let's hear your opinions in the comments. As we conclude this detailed exploration of potential future stars, it's clear that the landscape of the NFL is ever-evolving. With the right picks, the Packers can continue to build a roster capable of competing for championships. Don't forget to subscribe for more insights and updates on all things Green Bay Packers. Your voice matters in this ever-changing narrative, so share what you think could be the key to our success in the upcoming seasons.